Hi, brothers and sisters, African people, wherever you are. Hope you're fine. Want to welcome you once again to Holistic African Spirituality. And today we'll be looking at spiritual practices in relation to one's culture, right? And one of the questions we need to ask ourselves is, what was wrong with the African spiritual practices, the African spiritual systems? What was wrong with them to the point that we were told by foreigners that they were evil, they were wrong, and we shouldn't engage or practice or deal with them or even go anywhere close to them? And the subsequent introduction of Christianity amongst other foreign religions in Africa. And I'll be showing some photos, right? I'll be showing some photos where you will see Caucasians or foreigners praying to a skull, right? I'll show you photos, and you're seeing photos of a woman sweeping a church. She's sweeping this church, and you can see next to or on either side their bodies, mummified bodies of their saints. Now, mind you, this is a place of worship. This is where they worship. And I've just shown this photo to a very close friend of mine, and she was shocked. She was like, "Oh my God, what's that?" And I was like, "This is these people. This is their own. This is how they express their spirituality. They parade or they carry skulls of their saints, and they take them around the streets. They pray to these skulls. They do all sorts of things." Now, what if, and I'll encourage you to do something, please. Just go on Google and type, skulls and Christians or the church, and you see what comes up. As a black person, right? I always tell people this, that my calling is in relation to black people, because we are the most or worst affected by Christianity and other foreign religions. Why do I say this? Well, I'm saying this because what we've done is we are practicing, right? We are involved ourselves in practices or rituals that we do not understand. Hence the chaos in people's lives, in communities, and in countries. The chaos, because we've taken upon ourselves the culture, because religion is about people's culture. It's your culture that gives birth to your religion. It's not the other way around. Religion doesn't give birth to your culture, right? And we as Africans have taken it the other way around. We think that Christianity will bring forth a new culture. It's never been. Your culture is your everything. Everything, your social norms, they are derived from your culture, right? Your culture gives you everything. Now, we've taken other people's practices, right? Religious practices. We've taken upon these practices, these rituals, but as I've just said, we do not understand. We do not know why they do what they do. They know, and I'm not having a go at them. I wouldn't ask them why they're doing it. Oh, why are you taking the skull of this guy and you've adorned this skull with jewelry, and you're saying this is the skull of a saint? Why do you have these dead bodies in your places of worship? I wouldn't ask them that. Why? That's their business. That's their business. They know their ancestors. Everything, all these practices comes from their ancestors. They are the ones who know why they're doing what they're doing. The only problem is when we Africans, we black people, start engaging ourselves in their practices. If we start doing what they're doing, and the reality is we do not know why they do those things. We do not understand those rituals. We do not understand why we have to drink the blood of a god and eat the flesh of a god. We don't understand the genesis of these practices. We don't understand it. We don't understand them. And we are very quick to say, we're very, very quick to demonize our own, to point fingers at our own rituals. Oh, you can't do that. No, this is devilish. This is evil. Is it evil? Is it normal for you as an African for you to take the head, right, the skull of someone who died hundreds of years ago, and parade that skull around your village or around your town or around your city or your country, from I would say from province to province, right? Is it normal for you? What would you do if? Let me ask you a question as an African. It doesn't matter where you are, whether in Africa or in the diaspora. What will happen if you saw someone with a skull and they tell you, this is a skull of my great grandfather, and so we are taking it. He was a holy man, and we are taking this skull around. And if you want some spiritual powers, you need to come and kneel down and pray to my great grandfather. What will happen? You will be arrested. You'll be arrested. The news guys will all the news guys will want to interview you, would like to take all these photos. They like to find out why you'll be called an occultist, right? You would be called someone who sacrifices people, or someone who deals with human sacrifice. There are lots, why? Just because you're black, just because you're African. But the Caucasians, the white people, the Europeans, they do that with all the freedom in the name of their church, in the name of their faith. Well, this car belongs to our saint, and we are praying through him, and we pray that he will do this and that, and it's normal. And these are not stories. We have photographic evidence. We have accredited journalists who've written and who have documented this. So this is not like some made-up story. No, these churches that are in the photos that you see, or whether the ones that I've put up or the ones on Google, they're there. They are there. They are historical places. They are real places. You can go to such places, and if they let you in, you can go to where these dead bodies are. So it's not something that is made up. But let's come to our own practices, own rituals, our own altars, our own, what do you want to call them, temples, our own places of worship, African. What happens? We're scared of them because we were told that they are dark places, like they're evil places, that they're satanic. But what about their own practices? Oh, they're godly. Is it a godly thing for you as an African to worship a skull, or to pray through a skull, or to have dead bodies? You think about this, right? say you have a place of worship, a building, and on the walls of that building there are skeletons of people. There's skeletons on the left, on the right. There's skeletons just beneath the church or the place of worship. But it's normal. It's normal. It's normal for Europeans. That's their thing. Am I knocking them? No, I can't. I can't point fingers at them because this is these are their historical practices. They've been doing this for years and years. But, and a big but, when we as black people, we start and we continue doing or engaging or just living our spirituality, we are told that our rituals are evil, our rituals are satanic, our rituals are ungodly. And we are told that God doesn't want us to do that. How comes? Can you ask yourself this question? How comes that this God does not want us to perform any rituals, African rituals, but He wants these Caucasians, these white people, to parade dead bodies or skeletons and skulls of their saints? How does it work out? When did this God sit down and say, it's okay for you to take the skulls around, it's okay for bishops, archbishops, and popes to pray for this skull or through these skulls, right? But Africans, oh no. Africans, you can't go to your altars. You can't perform these rituals. You can't drink that as an African. Oh, that's a deadly concoction. You don't know what's in there. But you can drink the blood of a god, it's fine. And guess what? You can also eat the flesh of a god. You can drink the blood of Jesus. You can eat the body of Jesus. It's fine. It's fine to drink the blood of a god and to eat the body of a god as an African. But hey, don't pray through your ancestors. Don't do that. I'm against that. You'll offend me and I'll strike you if you did that. So do you see where we are as black people? The evidence is there. There's nothing wrong with our spirituality. And here at Holistic African Spirituality, we'll be bringing evidence. I keep saying we don't talk about faith here. We're not hoping for stuff to happen. No, it's evidence. We're showing you. Look at it. This is what they're doing. This is their rituals and dead bodies and dead bones and skulls and skeletons. This is what they do. And I tell Africans this, and I keep telling Africans this. If you're African and you're Christian, you have involved yourself with something that you do not understand. And the day you'll understand what you've involved yourself with, you run away screaming. You run away because it's got nothing to do with you. These are rituals of other people. They're rituals, and that's why when you see, I tell people the Christian church can do two main things for you. They've perfected, there's nothing they love as barriers, right? The best thing that the Christian church can do for you and other religions, foreign religions, is bury you, nothing else. I don't even talk about marriage because most marriages don't last. Because again, as an African, you involve yourself with all these covenants, agreements with deities that you don't understand, and sooner or later, you find you ask yourself if these marriages are were blessed by God, if they were joined together by this God, how comes they are separating or divorcing or doing these things to each other? How comes these born again Christians are doing this to each other? Because they involve themselves with rituals that they do not understand. They do not understand. They don't know the history of these rituals. They don't know the history of these covenants. I was asking someone the other day, because I'm a thinker. I love thinking. I'm a critical thinker. I was like, why do they invoke death when people are being on the wedding day, when people are exchanging vows, right? Why invoke death? Why involve death? Why even mention death in that that special moment? Because you know what they say? That only death, that the only thing that shall separate you is what? Is death. So you make these vows and you say the only thing that shall separate you is death. So at the day that you get married as a Christian, you invoke death. What you're saying is death is part of your marriage. But this is a broad topic, but I'll talk about it some other day. You don't need to involve death. Why not say that in life we shall be married forever and ever? That's perfect. We shall be married forever and ever, and we shall love each other forever and ever. Don't invoke death. Don't say till death do us part. What are you talking about? Why are you calling death on the day that you're getting? You're calling death because part of the Christian marriage, right, involves death. So death is always round. It's part and parcel of your marriage, of your covenant. You might get this. It might take you some little time to get it, but that's the way it is. Why? Because these are foreign rituals. So African brothers and sisters, I keep saying this. Our spirituality, your spirituality as an African, is your everything. It's your protection. It's your everything. It's your everything. Do you see these guys, what they're doing? You see them? Carrying these skulls? Carrying these dead bodies? And putting jewelry on them? Imagine if someone did that, your next door neighbor did that and said, hey, I've got the skull of not even the great, I've got the skull of my grandfather. The police commissioner, the army, everybody will be there. The journalists, they'll be there. Hey, who's that ritualist? Is that ritualist? Hey, what are you doing? Hey. The whole village, the whole town, everyone will know about it. Because it's strange. And you say, no, it's, come on guys, this is some of you knew him. Some of you knew my grandfather. He was a nice dude. He was a nice guy. Come on. And before he died, he said that, we should pray through him and everything will be good. People will run away. See, Christianity has levels, right? Has levels. What you're seeing here, it is close to right at the top of what they do. What Africans practice is gutter, is literally the lowest form. The problem is this: it's the lowest form of something that you do not understand. Hence the chaos. I just want you to bring this information, right? This truth out there, because it's very, very important for you to understand that you need to understand what you're involving yourself in and with. Spirituality isn't a joke. It's not a joke. These covenants, these agreements, this taking off this here, I take this oath, I do this, it's not a joke. Our ancestors, however, on the other side, they had their own ways. They had their own ways. And there's nothing, I keep saying there's nothing wrong with their ways. Right? So if you're involving yourself or you involve yourself with other with foreign religions, you are you'll be dealing with stuff on a daily basis that you don't understand. And I can assure you, you always be the loser. You always lose. Why haven't we fought corruption in Africa with these foreign gods? Why aren't marriages lasting with these foreign gods? Hey, do your homework. Just check them out. Look at this, and if you don't know, just take a deep breath, because this is real stuff. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and share. Bye-bye.